Hello, cookbook friends, and welcome. Today, I'm very excited to look through the Sioux Chef's Indigenous Kitchen. I have not cooked anything out of this cookbook yet. I just wanted to showcase what is inside and my thoughts. I am really excited for this because this cookbook is really educational, especially if you're trying to learn about some of the Native American tribes that are more in like the Minnesota, Dakota areas and the food options that were and are currently available. There's a lot of history here about just America in general and just how certain foods that we've grown or that we keep today, how they're very significant and how Native tribes actually use the food still or even in the past. So this is really cool. Here's our introduction. We have fields and gardens, prairies and lakes, but they're all kind of divided up, it looks like, in kind of a section for each thing. So we have like wild greens, mushrooms, beans, sunchoke. So every ingredient has their own chapter, I think. So let's look at fields and gardens. There's a really comprehensive introduction, not only for the history of our author here, but also like pantry staples and tools, essential things, like pretty much every other cookbook, which is cool. All right, so we have roasted corn with wild greens pesto. Well, I'm already sold. That sounds great. Here you'll see there's a lot of text. There's a lot of photos showcasing like the areas, the people, and the food. So we begin here where it's got its serving size. Here we have a small introduction to the dish. Then we have our ingredient list listed. And if there is additional ingredients or steps, they have the page number listed here. Then we have our directions towards the bottom. This is all in US. There's no metric measurements, by the way. So here, as you can see, trickled throughout this book, we have some history or just some additional information. So truly, this is more than just a cookbook. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. I'm a huge fan of food history, so this is like awesome. I'm really pumped for it. All right, we have a deviled duck egg recipe, which is awesome. They have crushed junipers in here. That would be that's totally different flavor than I've had before for a deviled egg. Corn mushrooms. This is braised sunflowers or sunchokes. And then we have a griddled maple squash recipe here. This looks so yummy. My mouth is watering already. Crispy bean cakes. And I do like that here we showcase a couple, just some of the ingredients, the beautiful colors here, so stunning. These are different kinds of beans. So they've listed them out here and their flavor profiles and size. So some of these I've actually never seen before. They list out where they come from, like New Mexico, or if there is beans in North Dakota. They have New England heirlooms, so lots of cool stuff. We have a Three Sisters mash recipe. Stunning. That's super colorful. It looks like there is a couple different ingredients in here, not just beans. I thought it was just beans. Here we have different usages for corn, flour, dried hominy, pozole. We have kneel down bread. So this says, I hope I don't butcher this. It says teosinte, which is a grass native to Mexico and Central America. So it talks about like the history of how certain foods, especially like corn, was really pivotal to the Americas just in general. So you'll probably find a corn recipe in just in any of these areas because it was just such a prominent plant in the Americas throughout history. Here we have amaranth crackers. I've actually never tried amaranth before. I would love to. It looks like a beautiful plant too. Here we have wild rice cakes. This looks awesome. I want to know what it is. That's probably my biggest gripe with this book so far. Oh wait, no. It's just a gripe with myself. So something to note. And here's something that I just noticed. I've kind of peeked through this book a few times. So we have here on the very bottom, it lists out all of the different things that are placed on this little board here or in the photo. So we have the wild rice cakes, corn cakes. There's also roasted chestnuts. And then here, this is the blackberry sauce. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a page number for these. So if I wanted to bake that blackberry sauce and put it on other things, I can't find the page number for that or if it's even provided. So that is something I'm a little like, oh, I wish. But for here, it says, for a dramatic presentation, arrange the soup components in the bowl, then add the stock when serving, garnish with dried apple slices. So this is a fish head and wild rice soup. And this looks just so, it looks beautiful. I can't even tell that it's a soup because the broth is just so clear. Crazy. We have a squash and apple soup with fresh cranberry sauce. Oh my gosh. Yum. Oh, that looks pretty. Prairies and Lakes is our secondary chapter with some sub-chapters. So wild rice pilaf with wild mushrooms, roasted chestnuts, and dried cranberries. Then we go on to learn more about different mushrooms. These look like chanterelles to me. I think they are. We have smoked whitefish or trout. Stunning. Just the, I almost said table presentation. The plate presentation is, for all of these, is really beautiful. Wild rice crusted walleye. I've never had a walleye before. See, a lot of these fish too, I'm embarrassed. Stardew Valley, if you are a nerd at all who plays video games, I only know a lot of these fish because of Stardew. That's embarrassing. Anyway, we have a maple juniper roast pheasant. I'm sure if you can't find pheasant, you can substitute for another like smaller bird. Quail is pheasant, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Look at me. I'm losing my mind. Grouse is one. Here we have a seared duck breast with cider glaze. And it talks about how you can render the duck or goose fat. Lots of cool tips and tricks for the cooking itself. Different cranberry sauces here. Maple brined smoked turkey. And we also have a rabbit dish here, which looks delicious. Old-fashioned rabbit stew. That's just meat. So I'll move on. Cedar braised bison. Braising in the ancient way. So different ways of braising. It's crazy like how, you know, some of these techniques have been around for a very, very long time. They might have shifted a little bit in how we do it or the different tools, but the technique is almost the same. We have indigenous tacos. Moving on a little bit more here. Ooh, so this says sunflower cookies. Wow, that is so pretty. Talks about different edible flowers and what you can do with them. Amaranth bites. Let's see. Caramelized seed mix. That would be awesome for hiking. You can just take that with you. You can make your own different kinds of tea and using different herbs and ingredients there. Dry your own ingredients too. Different kind of stocks that you can make and add your own things to. Suggestions for that. We have corn nuts, dried mushrooms, dried apple slices. So some of the toppings that you've seen throughout this book. I wonder if they have that berry sauce because that looked really good. I'm sure there is. Beautiful native herbs and seasonings. So you can dry these, use them yourself, grow them. Culinary ash. Wow. I've never cooked or used ash, so that'd be really cool to actually explore. Then we also have like our different chefs who've all contributed to this book and which recipes they've contributed to, and they've added some more recipes to the end. This is a pretty sweet book. I am really looking forward to just sitting down with this myself and actually reading through everything because there's a lot trickled throughout this book that is very educational and very fun. So this is the Sioux Chef's Indigenous Kitchen. Check it out if you're looking for some other Native American playlists. We do have some other Native American cookbooks in our playlist, so go check those out. And join us on our socials at Cookbook Divas. All of those are listed in the description down below. And make sure to comment and subscribe. Let us know what cookbook you want us to look through next time. Thank you so much for watching.